Not gonna lie to you folks, I had no idea what I was gonna title this video. And then it came to me. It came to me last night while I was laying in bed, binge watching Don Ron Panka, or I already forgot what the fuck it's called. Whatever. I was curious about character updates because apparently you guys like use those in rap battles these days between Toko and Junko, but whatever. The idea for today's title came all of that. So boom, fuck you Buffalo, I'm not using you as a title again. Let's roll that intro and get into the week 5 picks. Hello everybody, welcome to week 5 of the 2021-2022 NFL season and my prediction picks. I'm your host Cody P, known as the Blind Canadian Cat, known as the cat repping the Pacific Northwest because that's what I do. I'm somehow the only Oregonian in all these group chats and online places I partake in, especially here in the NFL YouTube prognosticators. And I demand the love and respect that you appreciate me, because even though it's early in the season and anything's possible, I want my W for winning week 4 in the Bridgewater's confidence points pick-up pool, and for currently being first place in Chris's straight up pool. No confidence points. So give me credit. And I also want to welcome in the people who watch Justin for him giving me shoutouts. Much love, Justin. And now that you're hyping me up to be this, all that in a bag of chips, good luck with this video. I don't know, but it is what it is, and I'm just gonna keep doing what I do, because if nothing else, it's my signature. But as we do, let's take a look at the last week. My computer's here, you're gonna see it over here. To highlight a great week for me, I went 12-4 straight up. Who would have predicted those two New York teams getting overtime wins against competition? Hard to tell. I will say I did call the Giants covering. It was one of those things where I was going to leave it to New Orleans at first, but I'm like, no, you know what? I think something about Jameis Winston and something about this offense I'm not trusting lately, that I think New York, I was going to say backdoor covers, which at a point it looked like they were going to be a backdoor cover. But then they decided, no, fuck it, we're going to win this game outright. So, there you go. Also, some credit for me on that. 10-6 against the spread. Total took a dip, but let's be real. The total should not be as good as I've been doing this season. So I guess time down a little bit. And after a shitty, 9-21 to start the season against the spread, we have now bumped it up to 28-34. I can't. What is that? 19 and 13 against the spread in the last 2 weeks. I think I did that math correctly. Not bad. Not bad. But let's keep getting this trend going. Spoiler alert, I did not follow the rule for this time, Justin, so my picks are probably going to be like 9-7 straight up and 6-10 against the spread. That's just a prediction I have. But you know what? In my mind, I'm going to pretend I'm going 16-0 in both. And here is why. Starting with the roll-up as we normally do. LA bounces back against Seattle. Seattle, at this point, I'm lacking severe confidence in them to do anything. I know Russ is going to be Russ, but I think Russ can't do everything, despite being a top 5 QB. I don't know. I don't know where he's at. I saw a meme during this offseason that Russ and Damian Lillard are pretty much in the same points in their career. They can't do anything, but because they're so good individually, their teams are going to be relevant, but they're just going to lose in the first round of the playoffs anyway. But anywho, the Rams are also pissed they lost to Arizona, so they're going to bounce back, maybe. I don't know. Sometimes Seattle actually does well against the Rams. But the Rams have always been Seattle Kryptonite for years too, so I like the Rams, 2.5, fuck it. London game, Jets-Falcons. This is definitely going to be a Super Bowl preview. Wink, wink. If no one could tell from my tweet, that was obviously sarcasm. But no, like I said, I'm not betting Atlanta. I'm not. After them getting their shit pushed in by Philly week 1, I told y'all, no, I refuse to bet them. And the only reason I bet them week 3 is because Chris, who is a Falcons fan, was getting married that weekend. And I'm like, it's good voodoo. It's going to happen. Boom. Back to week 4, I chose Washington. I chose DC. You're welcome. Week 5, I'm choosing the Jets because fuck you. I'm not betting on Atlanta. I am not. Point in case. The Pittsburgh-Denver game has me annoyed, especially because I don't know what's going to be with Teddy Bridgewater. I don't know if he's healthy or not. But at this point, is Pittsburgh bad? Yes. Is Denver good? Not really, no. And that Baltimore game, even with the concussion to Teddy Bridgewater, it should tell you, no, they're not good. And on a side note, I want to talk about this. Vic Fangio, you get on my nerves today with your whole bitching about the Ravens going for that record. If you're caring about player safety, tell you what, how about don't actually try to go for the tackle. Just don't move. Let him run downfield. The game's already over. You know you're not going to win anyway. Just let him run down the field if he wants to. There, no one's going to get hurt if Lamar Jackson just casually strolls down all the way to the end zone so he doesn't have to worry about sliding and accidentally pulling in some muscle. No, just let him waltz on down. Or, hear me out. And I've heard some of these comments on Twitter, so I will give y'all some of the benefit of the doubt. Touchdown, 2-point conversion, onside kick, touchdown, 2-point conversion, because it was a 16-point deficit, is not out of the reach. But at that point of the game, since you already burned all 3 timeouts, and with 10 seconds left, you're practically praying for get that touchdown, get the 2-point conversion, get the onside kick, and then Hail Mary. Which, not to say that it could happen or would happen, but you know what kind of injuries you might risk on a Hail Mary? Your quarterback trying to wind up and make sure he gets protection, it gets rammed at the last second trying to yeet the ball downfield, some pushing and shoving, some head-to-head collisions, everyone's all piled and bunched up, someone could fall on someone, break their knee, or whatever, some bullshit like that. It's all hypotheticals and all bullshit that I'm saying, so that's kind of what they sound like. More or less, at the end of the day, if they want their record, then that's that. And I might be a biased Ravens fan, so feel free to talk to me in the comments what you think about Vic Fangio bitching and complaining. To me, it sounds stupid. It sounds stupid. But also, another thing I saw from people, if you don't want them to get the record, then stop them. I don't know. The record means something to someone. And with one more game to go to break Pittsburgh record, which keep in mind, this record has been going since Lamar took over as a starter. So basically, the Ravens have been by far the best rushing offense. Pretty much since Lamar has been a starter. But with that being said, I don't know why I went on a rant about Baltimore, but you know what? Vic Fangio, shut the fuck up. And I'm not much of a believer in you. Especially if Drew Lock is playing. That Pittsburgh defense is going to eat him alive. It might come down to Pittsburgh winning a 9-6 game. It might come down to that. But I gotta think. I know they look bad, but I can't think Pittsburgh's that bad. Especially if I can't. That defense is a good enough defense. And I gotta imagine Ben's gonna muster something up. Or Mike Tomlin will figure something. I can't. I'm gonna give Pittsburgh this one. Because I can't believe in Denver. I can't. Minnesota blows out Detroit because fuck you, Detroit. I'm done giving you benefit of the doubt. Green Bay to beat Cincy. I've been seeing a couple arguments about Cincy potentially upsetting Green Bay. And I won't rule it out, but I think Cincy is a good team. But that's all I think. I don't think they're this great team. I don't. And Green Bay is a great team. There are levels to this. Cincy is respectable and will probably put up a fight. And had this spread bet up to like -5 or -6, I might give Cincy the cover. But there are levels. Cincy is a good team. Green Bay is a great team. Green Bay is favored by 3. I'm going to take that 3. Because I can't imagine. I'm not going to rule out Cincy winning, but I would not bet on it. I would not. I'll give Tampa the win over Miami, although I will say this. Between it being Jacoby Brissett and then a game with him versus Brady, and then Brian Flores, if I remember correctly, is a former Patriot coach. I could be wrong. I don't remember. but if memory serves me correctly, Flores is a former Pats coach. And former Pats coaches, maybe not necessarily, I guess that might be different because it was Brady in New England, but they seem to have something. So, I don't know. And with the banged up secondary that Tampa has, I gotta think Miami covers 10. I can't lay 10 to Tampa. I can't, especially since they gave a 2 to New England, a 2-point win to New England, or they won by 2 to New England, and probably should have lost that game if Belichick had a little more faith in Mac Jones. I would have gone for that 4th down. I would have, personally. But that is a different discussion for another day. I will defer to Belichick because he knows what he's doing, but I would have gone for that 4th down. In the rain, absolutely. And speaking of New England, Houston's bad. Tyrod Taylor made him respectable, but Davis Mills has no clue what he's doing. Only 9 points against Carolina, which I know they have a good defense, but still could not muster up anything. Nothing against Buffalo, and then what? I think he got 1 touchdown against Cleveland when he took over in the second half. I don't remember I think second half is when he took over. So in, 10 quarters he's played, he's mustered up 16 points. Houston has mustered up 16 points in 10 quarters. That's bad. So, I'm not sure. I'm not confident in New England covering -9, but I'm going to roll with it because I think they're more than likely to do it than Houston putting up enough points. It really depends on how you think this game's going to go. Do you think it'll be 10-3? I won't rule that out. I think New England could put 20. I don't know if Houston could put 10, but I think New England could put 20. That's what I'm saying. So we will take the 9 and we'll try to run away with it. Carolina -3.5 against Philly. New Orleans -2 against Washington. At this point, I'm convinced New Orleans is going to have one good game, one bad game. One good game, one bad game. Now it's time for their good game. They're going to beat up Washington. They had a dramatic win against Atlanta. So, fuck it. They're going to beat up on Washington. That's my belief. Carolina, Philly. I'm rolling with Carolina because the better defenses and good defenses have done well against Philly. But I'm not sold on Philly being a bad team. They're not a good team, but I'm not sold on them being a bad team, per se. So, if there was one pick right now, because I only have 2 upsets, betting upsets, but if I could take a third one on the down low, I might consider Philly. I might. But I think Carolina has a good enough defense that Philly probably won't do much. But that is my opinion. We shall see. Knowing that hook, it's going to probably bite us later, one way or another. This could probably really be a 3-point game. We'll see. Tennessee's going to piss me off, and I'm taking them 4.5 because I don't know what I'm going to do from Jacksonville, especially with all the emotional blah, blah, blah from their coach, who, I'm going to be real with y'all. I don't know why we're making a big deal out of a coach getting a lap dance, but whatever. I'm not in charge of anything here. I don't get it. But what do I know? I like the Chargers over the Browns. The Browns will be fine. Y'all need to stop worrying about Baker. Y'all need to stop worrying about everything. The Browns will be fine. But after last night, not that I'm been too sold on the Raiders. I do like the Raiders, but my levels keep changing every week because we get new intel and new information from all these games, so we got to defer to those. But at this point right now in the season, I think the Chargers' ceiling is higher than Cleveland. I do like Cleveland as a team, and I think that defense will take them places. I just have a lot of faith in the Chargers. And that might be slight Oregonian bias to Justin Herbert, but I'm really liking what I'm seeing from the Chargers. I really do. And that 3-point loss to Dallas, which someone could argue they shouldn't have lost, but I'm not going to debate refs. I'm not doing that. That's one thing I won't do here. Who knows? Who knows? But I do like that Chargers. Dallas will smoke the Giants. Cardinals are going to smoke Trey Lance. My main upset, some of you might be surprised with, I'm taking Chicago to beat the Raiders. And why you say that? It looks like Nagy's finally got the stick out of his ass and he's going to roll with Justin Fields as a starter. Granted, it was against the Lions. Justin Fields did everything he needed to do. He managed the game well, and the running game did some work. David Montgomery being out is going to hurt, but Damian Williams is a proven starting running back, both for the run game and the pass game. I think he'll be fine. I think the run game will be fine. He's not David Montgomery, but he ain't no scrub either. They will be fine. And the Bears have a defense. If nothing else, the Bears have a defense. And if it's true that if Derek Carr gets rattled, he underperforms, this Bears defense will. Not too long ago, I don't remember the year, but not too long ago, this Bears team beat the Raiders with Chase Daniels starting. Not too long ago. So, you're telling me Justin Fields can't do something? I don't know. Either way, I wouldn't give Vegas 5.5. Not with how rattled they look at Chargers, and because I know the Bears have a defense. Either way, I think this game is also an undertake too. I don't know what the total is right now, but if it's at like 45 or something, you take that under. This will probably be a 17-14 kind of game. 20-14, 17-14, something like that. 23-20 maybe at the worst. I don't think this thing crosses 45. I don't. I see y'all. I hear y'all with the Buffalo over KC. And I know a lot of you are looking at Buffalo being the dominant team. And they are. They'll be a top 3 seed when this is all said and done. And they'll probably win a playoff game. Maybe 2. We'll see. I don't know. But, and I know KC has god-awful defense. But you know who KC is. The only reason they lost to the Chargers is because they turned the ball over 4 times. The only reason they lost to the Ravens is because they turned the ball over twice. Even the Ravens turned it over twice. And Buffalo's defense is a little overrated because they've played 4 shitty offenses. All 4. All 4 of the offense they played. Pittsburgh has no offense. Miami, who had Tua get injured and then played Jacoby Brissett, who had no reps. No offense. And even if they did, they had like 3 or 4 drives to the red zone, but they decided to do dumb shit rather than take field goals. I know, because in my money league, I have Jason Sanders. DC doesn't really have much in offense. I like Taylor Heineke, but they don't. And Davis Mills, don't even get me started. Their defense might be good, but it's not great, and I know Casey's going to get points. Can Buffalo get points? Yes. This game will be high scoring, but I'm not ruling KC out just because they lost to Ravens, who've been trying to beat them for forever, and a Chargers team who we actually might believe in. I believe in. I'm not giving it to that. KC will win this game. I don't see Buffalo beating them. I don't. Okay, I guess that's a lie. I could see a universe where Buffalo beats them, but I'm not going to go into it. I think KC wins this game. You can get your confidence against Philly. Kind of give you a preview of an offense. Because Philly does have a little bit of an offense. Whatever. And then I'm going to take Baltimore to dominate Indy. I don't know why y'all think Indy's going to win. I like Carson Wentz. I like what they're doing. They could be a good team once they get everyone healthy and figure things out. But, no. The Ravens, better team. They proved that against Denver. You can say whatever you want about the Lions game. There were drop passes. The receivers drop passes. If they catch those passes, that's a blowout game. Just receiver derps. It is what it is. But it'll probably be low scoring. Baltimore has... You can say that KC game, but looking at it now, Baltimore has not really scored a lot. So, realistically, Indy wins if they can put up points. But I don't have faith in Indy to put up many points. So that's where I'm at. And those are my picks. Like I said, I only took 2 betting underdogs to win outright, so I will probably be a lot wrong. But, sometimes it's hard to force a pick that you don't believe in. See, Justin, that's why I see it in a lot of your videos sometimes. I'm going to open up a little bit to you, Justin. Some of the picks I see I don't think you believe in them, and that is why some of your betting games look under. I think because you want to follow your rules so bad that you're going to take some games that you truly don't believe in, and thus make them into something you want to believe in. That's why you've been having some bad games. But that is just from my perspective. When I make my picks, these are things I believe. I believe Atlanta will choke one way or another, so I'm going to give the Jets the win. I believe Green Bay is a significantly better team than Cincinnati, so they will win. I believe that Dallas is a top 5 team in the NFL and will blow out the count. Like, you gotta believe in these things. I will say, so that is what I'm gonna say. I'll make picks that you believe in, that you feel. Don't just go out on a limb because you need to follow a rule. Believe in yourself. Believe. Taking a quick pick over to fantasy. We pick up the win in the League of Assholes and in Sleeper Squad, but we lose in the Progs League and in Discord's Finest. I am 0-4 in the one league that I actually kind of give a shit about. Sip my Slurpee and pretend things are good, but they're not. They're not. And as you can tell by here, all the next matchups, Micah, who is in first place of the LOA, so that should be a fun one. Hopefully get a freaking win against Gio, because if I fall to 0-5, I might as well kiss my season goodbye. Billy's already trying to get me a trade, and I'm like, bro, I don't know if I want to do a trade. I'm kind of in the dumps that I don't want to waste $3. But we'll see how he goes. Maybe we can roll for the 4-game win streak and have faith in our season. I don't know. At this point, we're going to need to win a lot of games, because I don't think it's... I think once we get the 6 losses, it's just game over, honestly. In a 13-week season, absolutely. And then the rest of them, we're 500 or better, so just keep up the good work and hope for the best. And that is all I am going to say today, because that's all I have to say today, and I'm already over 20 minutes, so I'm failing my under 20-minute goal. Damn it all to hell. Thank you all for tuning in to the Week 5 videos. Thank you all to the new viewers who are watching, because I'm hoping to drag more and more new people here as we go. Make sure you follow me on Twitter. CanadianCatCP is where you will see my total predictions and me banter about other random things in life, mostly football, but I'll throw in some other things every once in a while. Make sure you follow Instagram. I don't really post there much, but sometimes you'll get to see my lovely face, even though seeing it on here is probably more than you want to. Follow my Twitch. I'm trying to stream games more. We're doing more Skyrim stuff, hopefully, and we're going to get that going. And join the Discords I'm in. I may or may not have news on that, but I will talk to y'all later. It's all developing. There's a lot of things going on. Yell at Eddie for me. We're still doing song shit. I actually sent him more shit to do, and he's still not editing it or anything. But there's a song, and we are close to getting it done. We are close. So we should be out. Because I don't like music. That's all for me. Thank you for liking, rating, comment, and subscribing to this YouTube channel. I am Cody P of the Blind Canadian Cat. I say that as a group, but it's just me. I say meow. I roll intros like the ones you saw before. We're going to roll an outro. We're going to call it a good night. It is almost 3 a.m. on Thursday. The game is in, what, a little over 14 hours. That's what happens when you're lazy on Tuesdays. I work evenings. That's what I do. Peace, love, and trust. See you week 6.